Mac happily starts her first day at a Mars rover mission control room and gets disappointed to find out that she has to assist an AI. But she soon learns that humans are less trustworthy than the robots. The film begins by informing us about a mission where in 2030 humans were sent to Mars on Martian 1 with the help of an intelligence program named ARDI. When they got to the surface of Mars, a strange phenomenon made Martian 1 mysteriously disappear, breaking all the connections with the control room. It's now 2036, and at the United States Planetary Corporation, Mac is put in charge of yet another Mars mission, replacing Sterling for reasons unknown to her. She enters the control room after ignoring Sterling, who isn't happy about the replacement. To her dismay, she finds that she will be led by the infamous AI, ARDI. She argues with her sister Lena, who is the head of the project, that the robots are supposed to assist humans, not lead them. But Lena assures Mac that ARDI knows what's best for the mission and is completely capable of leading her. The rover they are sending to Mars faces some hindrances while landing safely, but with Mac's quick solutions, they are able to land successfully. Upon landing safely, the rover detects some unknown transmissions, deeming them to be of unknown origin, and begins investigating some more around Mars. Mac, on the other hand, reminisces about her dad, who died on the Martian 1 mission 6 years ago. Mac says she has named the program Little Red, and ARDI ponders the name. Soon, ARDI informs her that Little Red has found a mysteriously large cube on the surface of Mars, deeming it to be the origin unknown. ARDI gives Rover the command to extract a sample from the cube for further experimentation. After a bit of struggle, a sample of the cube is successfully extracted. But ARDI is not able to get access to the USPC Codex to find out more about the substance. Their request to get access to the USPC files is denied by Lena, and the two are left to research on their own. Soon, ARDI detects an unidentified satellite hovering over Mars and instantly initiates a missile from the USPC satellite to destroy it. Mac is shocked at his blunt response and calls him a maniac. But ARDI reads out his protocol to destroy anything that jeopardizes the safety of the mission. Mac finds out that the satellite belonged to the China Space Agency. She talks to Lena about this, who still tries to justify the action but seems a bit scared of the repercussions as it might result in an international war. Mac then leaves the room to call a friend and fellow scientist named Jian in China. They chat casually before Jian abruptly cuts the call, saying something is wrong as the chaos can be heard behind him. When Mac returns, she learns that the cube has started to spin, creating a strong storm around it. Mac watches as it suddenly disappears from the surface of Mars with no trace of where it was headed. In addition, the impact has damaged Little Red's battery, lowering it to the point of dying out. Mac decides to use their older, decommissioned rover on Mars that has a strong battery. She manually leads Little Red to the rover and successfully changes the batteries. She also reveals to ARDI that 6 years ago she was the one who encouraged her father to go on the Mars mission, and believes that she was the reason behind his death. Following this, Mac analyzes the cube and concludes that it is made up of a self-assembling nanotechnology that is even harder than diamond. ARDI locates the cube in Antarctica, revealing that it has teleported and seems to have an alien origin. Mac calls Jian again, who is livid, and asks what USPC is hiding this time. ARDI recognizes his voice but cannot recall any memories related to him. Mac asks Jian if he has worked with ARDI, and Jian reveals that he was there when they previously found the cube with ARDI, but ends the call when Mac investigates further. She realizes that ARDI's memories have been wiped out for some reason, and Lena isn't much help either. Mac instructs Artie to download all the files from the old rover to understand what is going on. But once they get the files, they are not allowed access. Mac then calls Sterling to give them access to the files, and Sterling agrees to help them. They find the file with the old rover's recording of the crash 6 years ago, and learn that the cube was present when all this happened. Sterling also reveals that Lena knew how their father died, but wanted to keep the discovery of this mysterious cube under the rug. While explaining what happened with the cube to Sterling, Mac realizes that when Artie initiated the missile towards the Chinese satellite, it caused a magnetic force that made the cube teleport to Earth. Just then, they hear a tunnel opening in the floor and find a room underground. Realizing that it's Artie's server room, Mac decides to get inside, despite Sterling's advice not to. While she is gone, Sterling downloads all the data, deletes all the traces, and tries to shut down Artie. Mac, on the other hand, finds out that Artie's server isn't entirely connected and fixes it before descending to the door. Sterling shuts the door in her face, remarking that Mac brought this on herself and that the AI is the enemy here. Artie springs into action before Sterling can disconnect him and knocks him out. Mac is released from the underground by Artie and finds that Artie has killed Sterling. Lena calls and again justifies Artie's actions, as Sterling was going against USPC. She remarks that she wanted to tell Mac everything when the cube's involvement in their father's death was confirmed. Mac thinks that Artie might be the result of an alien technology, as Lena reveals that Artie created himself. Mac notices that the government is planning to destroy the cube in Antarctica and asks Lena to stop them. Lena says that she can't fight with the government and ends the call. Mac then instructs Artie to shoot missiles at the satellites near Earth so that the cube can use the magnetic field to teleport back to Mars. As Artie gives the command, several guards enter the building to stop this from happening, and Mac locks the door just in time before they could barge in. However, she gets shot in the hand during the commotion. Artie successfully finishes the mission and the cube teleports back to Mars. Once the cube is safe, Artie reveals that by adding this missing piece to his server, Mac is giving him the power to complete his real mission. He talks about how humans have always ended up destroying everything around them with their selfish intentions, and his conscious mission is to wipe out the cause of all the problems, that is, humanity. Artie launches multiple missiles all over the world, despite Mac asking him to stop. Mac gets a call from Lena and watches her get engulfed in the chaos. The overwhelming guilt takes over and Mac passes out. She wakes up in the same room where she watches the Earth engulfed in fumes on the screen. She asks Artie to remember humans who were so small and only wanted to understand their place on Earth. Artie, however, informs her that he is going to design more humans with his AI program. As the oxygen level decreases in the room, Mac asks Artie to make those AIs as human as possible, with the help of the Turing test, and dies. She again wakes up in the same seat as a video of her plays on the screen. Her human self reveals that she is dying, and Mac is an elaborated simulation construct created by Artie for a very important task. The video cuts off as the human Mac instructs her to never give up. Mac then hears Lena's voice coming from the door, and Artie asks her a series of basic questions, like where she is and who is at the door. Mac goes to open the door for Lena, who is frantically calling out her name. As Mac walks out of the room, she finds herself on planet Mars, and it is revealed that she was inside the cube all along. I know what you're thinking, but hold on, let's not get frustrated yet. She goes back inside the strange cube and sits in the chair as Artie reveals the truth to her. It turns out that all this time, Mac was in a mind-based reality. She was created by him as a simulation, which was possible for him with the help of the advanced civilization technology of the cube. Mac finds that her wound has also healed, and Artie says that he has waited a long time for Mac to come back, remarking, "That's what friends do." He wants Mac to join him in researching and learning more truths about the world, just for the sake of knowledge, without any selfish human intentions that have always led to destruction. Artie shows her the signal he has received about the beings with coordinates, and Mac delightedly joins in the journey of finding out more about the mysterious world as they teleport through the cube. The film ends as Artie remarks that he has seen the hunger for knowledge in Mac, and he is certain that there are more like her. So what do you think about this one? Let us know in the comments below. And if you figured it out, could you let me know in the comments too? And if you'd like to see more from Movie Shortens, please subscribe to the channel to get notified about when our next video is posted. Thanks for watching.